What's going on, YouTube? This is BBSP. I'm back with another video. A lot of things have happened since my last video. Of course, the passing of Deshaun, Bill Russell, legendary NBA player. Greatest winner, in the history of the league, a trailblazer, a pioneer. Yeah, I'm gonna, touch a video on that. This thing with Brittany Griner, she was recently sentenced to 9 years in prison for illegal substance, and especially now with this Deshaun Watson thing, I want to touch on that first. They given Deshaun Watson a 6-game suspension, right? Supposed 6-game suspension, okay? And no fine, no anything. He will serve a 6-game suspension, whatever, I guess. And then after that, it'll be whatever he can play. But that shit wasn't good enough for the NFL in this kangaroo system, kangaroo justice system. A thought, all these thoughts, all these groupies and shit can cry wolf, and capping ass NFL will only go by hearsay. It doesn't matter if you're not guilty in the court of law. In the court of public opinion is the only thing that matters. In the court of public opinion, because of that because of that bullshit, right? It might cost Deshaun Watson's career in the NFL and shit. All this he said, she said, all this she said shit. Now it's like, God damn. A woman can cry foul. You can even a woman can cry wolf in any kind of situation. Any kind of situation, and it's God damn. You're guilty, according to Roger Goodell. I don't like this whole thing with Roger Goodell, man. You know what I mean? Ever since he been with the league, he's been a commissioner since 2005, 2006, or some shit like that. He's going off hearsay and perception instead of reality, okay? Let's look at the cap situation. Michael Vick. Yeah, Michael Vick, he did his due diligence, and he paid for it. But yet, Michael Vick lost 2 years of his career because he was involved in the wrong crowd, and he admitted his wrongdoing. It started with him, Then the whole Kaepernick situation with the kneeling, and these white supremacist owners didn't like that shit, They got into Roger Goodell's ear, and basically he catered and appeased them and shit because Kaepernick was a danger to the so-called shield, because he exposed all the bullshit in America, in this country and shit. But you look at this Deshaun Watson situation. Oh, you got 24 bitches that cry wolf. And now it's like, this whole thing could cost Deshaun Watson's entire career. Because I think these crackers, these peckerwoods in the upper echelon of the NFL, they're determined to appease the court of public opinion. The people in these, women in these Me Too movements, this feminist, out here, that basically have declared war on, the opposite sex and shit, right? So it's like, it's kangaroo justice, man. The court of law don't even matter in their delusional world. And that's what it is. The delusion of grandeur, man. Roger Goodell is operating on delusions of grandeur. Well, we know what time it is for that shit. He's trying to appease these, like I said, these Me Tooers, the conservatives, extreme liberals. He's trying to appease that crowd, mostly who watch the NFL and shit. And Raw Status mentioned something in this video and shit early on, man. You know what I mean? Like, where the hell is the NFLPA? Why ain't they more vocal in this shit? If anything, they need to appeal on this shit and they need to straight up appeal this shit. Straight up appeal this shit. Deshaun Watson clearly didn't do anything wrong. Once again, he was found not guilty in a court of law. That right there should count. That shit right there should count, man. Because I don't understand. But then again, we know the situation, what's going on. We should understand. We should understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get it. It's just like they're really trying to, because the perception and the court of so-called public opinion bodies, extreme groups out here, these extreme peckerwoods, these extreme white supremacists who are involved in, who are conservatives and involved in this Me Too feminist movement. They're really trying to eradicate this man from the NFL. And if I'm Deshaun Watson, like I said before, and I'll say this shit again, man. You need to sue the NFL for everything you got. Y'all here defaming my character. Y'all here attacking my character. Y'all here trying to ruin my reputation for a crime that I didn't commit. And what the fuck is that shit? You know? Basically, you've out here defaming my character. Straight up defaming my character and shit, okay? And basically, that so-called perception that Deshaun Watson actually did this shit is sticking. That shit is sticking, man. And it's like, for me, I don't know if Deshaun Watson plays another down in the NFL because of this bullshit. He's going to lose his career. He's going to lose his livelihood based on a hearsay and a lies. And a whole bunch of lies and bullshit. Like I said, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm very seriously considering taking these motherfuckers to court. Especially Roger Goodell, especially these owners, Houston Texans owner. Every last single one that has defamed my character, man. Attack my character. And I'll tell you this much. And I'm gonna say this shit right now, man. Like, straight up, I'm kind of keen on the NFL nowadays, man. You know what I mean? I've been a New York Giants fan since 1986, right? And in my lifetime, I've seen them win 4 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? All the great players have passed by. Y.A. Tittle, Frank Guilford, Fran Tarkenton at one point. Then you got, the 80s, Lawrence Taylor, Mark Bavaro, Harry Carson, George Martin. I can go on, Michael Strahan, Jesse Armstead, Jason Sehorn. You know what I mean? Long story short, I've seen my team win 4 Super Bowls, okay? But this thing with Deshaun Watson, this guy, it's really leaving a bitter taste in my mouth, straight up. And if this shit goes through, some things are bigger. Oh, shit. Some things are bigger than football. You understand? Some things are just bigger than football, man. You know what I mean? And I'm really seriously considering, man, just boycotting the NFL straight up. One thing you attack Colin Kaepernick for kneeling on a belief for something that he fought for and believed in, something that he sacrificed for, right? But it's another when you unjustly suspend a man who was absolved, you unjustly suspend and expel a man who was found not guilty of any kind of wrongdoing, but yet You want to find them guilty anyway to appease a certain crowd and shit. Okay? For me, you know what I mean? It's just the straw is the straw that broke the camel's back and shit. When that shit comes about. The straw that broke the camel's back. And at this point, I can care less about the NFL. And I can care less about the New York Giants. As, you know, I've been a fan since '86. But like I said, some things are just bigger than football, man. Bigger than sports. Because we're secretly at war here, man. White supremacists then took all these positions of power and abused us as people of color. People of color, you know, they abuse us as people of color. Straight up abuse us, use their position of power and abuse the people of color in any all types of different situations. And at some point, man, you got to stand up for what you believe in. You got to fight for what you believe in. And at this point, if I can start that trend my damn self, even though I might be in the minority, I can definitely start that trend and shit. Definitely start that trend. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I say this is bullshit. You know what I mean? Deshaun Watson is fucked up. What's going on with him? You know what I mean? It seemed like he's been painted as this villain in the media, in the sports media, and the media abroad, you know? So, like I said, man, my prayers go out to Deshaun Watson, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully, somehow, some way, if it's not the NFL, he can land on his feet somewhere, somehow, some way. But like I said, man, this kangaroo justice system the NFL is set up is fraudulent as fuck. It's one-sided, it's biased, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit, you know what I mean? We know what's going on. We know whenever white supremacists, whenever these peckerwoods have position of power, they find any kind of way to abuse it and any kind of way to appease a certain crowd. You know what I mean? Because, you know, end of the day, it's about checks, getting that check in that goddamn pocketbook, you know, and shit, right? But, like, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think.